What if I told you that the way a kid spends their pocket money holds this huge, profound lesson for your own financial future? Today, we're going to break down how a super simple choice, to buy a toy now or wait, can actually unlock a really powerful strategy for investing. All right, so let's jump right in with a simple story. Picture this. Two students are standing in front of the school store, and they're both staring at this brand new toy that just hit the shelf. So first up, you've got Sha Liang. He's the cautious planner, right? He sees the toy and his brain immediately goes into optimization mode. He's thinking, I'll just wait for a sale. I'm going to get the absolute best price. So he waits. Then you've got Sha Mi. She's the joyful doer. She sees the toy, her eyes light up, and bang, she buys it. No discount, no hesitation, just the pure, immediate joy of playing with her new toy. But, and you can probably see where this is going, there's a twist. It's a lesson we've all learned the hard way at some point. While Xiaoliang was busy waiting for that perfect moment, well, the moment passed him by. Just 3 days later, the toy is gone, sold out. And what's Xiaoliang left with? Yeah, just that awful, sinking feeling of regret. That little voice in his head saying, if only I had known. It's a feeling a lot of us adults know all too well when we think about an investment we were just too scared to make. So this little story, it's not really about toys, is it? It's a perfect metaphor for this really powerful investing philosophy from the book Just Keep Buying. And it's an idea that goes directly against our instinct to wait and wait for that perfect time to finally do something. The crucial point is this. It is so much better to just get on the bus now and figure out your exact seat later than it is to stand at the bus stop waiting for the perfect, completely empty bus that, let's be honest, might never show up. The message is simple. Don't wait. Just start. Okay, so if just starting is the big idea, how does that actually play out in real life? Well, let's explore 3 powerful financial lessons that are kind of hiding in plain sight right there in the schoolyard. First things first, we have got to completely reframe how we think about debt. We're always taught that debt is bad, that it's the enemy, but that's just not true. Sometimes debt isn't the problem, it's the springboard. Just think about a talented art student, right? She borrows some money from her parents to buy professional-grade paints and brushes. She pours hours and hours into practicing, just honing her skills, and then she enters this big competition. And guess what? She wins. She gets a scholarship that covers her tuition for a whole year. See, that loan she took out? It wasn't a burden at all. It was the springboard that launched her toward her goal. And this just perfectly illustrates the big takeaway for parents. When your kid wants to learn piano or start coding, try not to just see the price tag. Instead, ask yourself this question. Is this just an expense or is it an investment in their future skills? It's not a luxury, it's an upgrade tool. All right, this next lesson, it really challenges a piece of advice we've all heard a million times. A penny saved is a penny earned. And look, saving is definitely important, but it's only half the story. The old mindset is all about scarcity, right? It's about don't waste money, save every penny. It's basically playing defense. The new mindset, though, is about abundance. It asks, how can I grow my value? So instead of just telling kids to save paper, we should be encouraging them to learn a new skill, find a more efficient way to get their homework done, or develop a talent that's actually going to increase their earning potential down the road. That's playing offense. And finally, let's tackle the big, scary one. What happens when the market drops and all the headlines are just screaming panic? Well, the Just Start philosophy has a very different and I think much more powerful take on this whole thing. Think of it like a video game. If a player just ran and hid every single time a tough enemy showed up, they would never, ever level up. A market downturn isn't game over. It's a bonus level. It's this rare chance to gain experience and buy some really valuable assets at a huge discount. And look, the data on this is crystal clear. The dream of perfectly timing the market, buying at the absolute bottom and selling at the absolute top, it's a siren song. For most people, it's a recipe for disaster. The real key to building wealth isn't timing the market. It's time in the market. It's about staying the course, letting your investments grow and compound even when things get a little bit rocky. So what's the big takeaway here, especially for all you parents and teachers out there? It's that you do not need to be some Wall Street wizard to teach financial literacy. In fact, you're already an expert in the most important skills. Because when you really boil it down, teaching financial literacy isn't about picking stocks. It's about teaching character. It's about instilling the patience to see things through, building the discipline to stick to a plan, and fostering the courage to actually take action instead of just waiting on the sidelines. These are the life lessons you teach every single day. So let's bring this all home with one direct question, just for you. Seriously, take a second. Really think about it. Is it learning that new skill, picking up an instrument? Or hey, maybe it's starting your child's financial education. What's that one thing you keep telling yourself you'll do when the time is right? So here's the challenge. Just try to change that internal monologue. Instead of hearing, let's wait a little longer, try changing it to, let's just start a little. You don't have to conquer the whole mountain tomorrow. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to take that first step. And that brings us to the most crucial point to leave you with. We teach our kids to save their pocket money, coin by coin. But for us adults, the most valuable thing we can save up isn't our money. It's the courage and the momentum to just act. Because that first step, not perfection, is what truly compounds over time.